back over to you guys. You guys said that you met in college. When you guys met, did you already have the idea of wanting to own your own business? Was prep idea?
Hell
already-
no.
No?
Hell
Never?
no.
Okay.
I never wanted to own my own business.
Really?
Okay,
Ever.
so what
Were
made
you involved in food prior
So,
to this?
okay, so quick background, right? I went to culinary school up in Rhode Island, school called Johnson & Wales.
Awesome.
Same.
I went to the same school.
But I went for hotel management.
Right.
Okay.
Because I was like, can't cook, can't make toast, can't, nothing. No,
Right.
cooking, nothing. I got nothing for you.
I swear she bagged me because I can cook.
But so that was my
I'm not
plan.
gonna lie, that kind of did it for me too.
So at first I was like, I'm gonna marry a firefighter because he's gonna be hot.
Oh yeah.
Staten Island, right?
And
Here
then
we
I'm
go.
like, no,
Everyone's
I'm
backup
gonna be
plan.
too hungry. So I was like, I'm gonna go to a culinary school so that I can marry a chef so that he's gonna cook for me forever.
You had this thought out.
That makes sense.
Had it
I
planned
thought
out.
it did.
Oh yeah.
He never cooked for me.
Oh.
We were in a dorm room.
Yeah.
No, now.
Also,
It's just a microwave. and
side
that's
note,
it.
side
Just
note.
a
It's just a
microwave.
microwave.
It
You gotta
was
give
just a
them that.
microwave, and she just moved in. Like,
What's our
I don't have to
cooking for
woo you anymore.
I didn't cook for
There's
her
no wooing.
until like what? Our third month, like getting together, right?
Yeah.
I didn't cook. We're still on that third month,
Like
fourth
3 or 4
month,
months.
something, right?
I don't know,
Yeah.
something sounds weird. Hello?
Static.
Yeah, a little static.
So I was a year older. I only went for 2 years. I got my associates, and she was on a fast track program, so she only ended up doing 3 years. Overachiever, obviously.
Dreams. I was getting married. Someone was gonna cook for me. I was gonna live in a big house. I was gonna be rich. I thought for some reason the wife of a chef was gonna be rich. I didn't realize we
How
were.
much they have to work.
Yeah, I didn't realize we were gonna work forever.
Yeah, it's like blue collar, very much so. Yeah.
Well, now it's different, but
Still in the works.
so eventually I'll cook for you too.
Eventually.
So then we left Rhode Island. She graduated.
Rhode Island is beautiful.
Rhode Island's beautiful. I love Rhode Island. Rhode Island's pretty cool. A lot of diversity. Definitely not Staten Island.
Well, before we left, we got married and
We
didn't
got married.
tell anybody.
Really?
You guys
Yeah, we
eloped?
eloped.
So mom
I
and dad
love
didn't know
that.
Nobody knew. nothing.
Nobody.
Crazy. Yeah, it's really
What
cool.
made you want to get eloped?
Um,
Especially because you wanted
You know
to
what?
go to a wedding, and I'm sure.
No, you know what? I never wanted a wedding. And when you are young, it is so easy to make these like I'm in love decisions
Yeah.
because you're still naive to the world.
Yeah.
You're still like, you know, loosey goosey, like head over heels, like in love, and you're like, we'll make anything work. It's gonna be the best.
Yep.
So we were like, well, we're moving out of Rhode Island. Like obviously we have to get married before we go.
Because we met here 3 days ago, so we might as well get married.
It was 2
How
years.
long-
It was 2 years. It was 2 years.
Okay. 3 days? Wow, you guys did that? Okay.
No, so we got married, came to New York. She started working for Marriott. Like, she went big corporate. I did the whole fine dining, you know,
Okay.
tweezer, cooking with food, all
Okay.
that kind of stuff. Had a great time, and then we went to D.C. In D.C., she also still works for Marriott. And
So you
I
guys
worked.
moved from
Yeah.
here
So
back
we
to
knew
DC.
that we were ultimately going to always be in Jersey.
Right.
So we wanted to go somewhere
What made you decide that you want to be in Jersey?
because I refuse to raise kids without my family around.
Ah,
Okay.
fair.
I like
Makes
built-in babysitters.
Yeah.
And
Fair,
you
fair.
guys
And
know,
just
having
that
kids is rough.
support, you know.
Oh my God.
We don't have built-in babysitters. We pay for one. Yeah, we pay for a nanny, yeah.
It could be very expensive.
It's hard.
It's
rough.
hard. Yeah, it is.
So, and then, you know, I love the Northeast. The Northeast to me is very special. Like when we went to DC, it felt like the South. It was slower paced.
Yeah.
People were,
Yeah.
you know, nice or whatever. And I was like, all right, this is
And
cool.
you kind of feel like a city slicker over
Right.
there,
I
right?
felt-
Everything
I felt
you
like
were.
we were super aggressive.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
You're-
no.
Yeah.
I'm not a bad person. I'm just not nice as you are. Like, I don't even want for me.
That's why I don't want to live in Florida.
Right. It's just
Yeah.
rough. So down there, I worked for a whole bunch of like celebrity chefs, all that good stuff. Then we decided we want a family, moved back to Jersey, and then
So it was planned.
yeah,
Okay.
I went corporate. I
Okay.
worked for a company that basically ran food operations for an office.
Okay.
You know, 1,000 people in a building, everything from cafeteria to this, that, and the other.
Okay.
And then COVID hit.
And you were still working for the Marriott.
So we still work there, but on March 16th of 2020, we both got sent home. Everybody,
At the same time.
everybody across
We
the
swore we
industry
were gonna
got
be back
sent
in-
home.
Yeah.
We swore we'd be
Everybody
back in
across the entire industry got
weeks?
sent home, and they were like, "Okay, well, it's gonna be 2 weeks. You know, it's
Food
like the
industry
flu;
doesn't
it'll
stop,
go
doesn't get
away."
shut down.
So we come home and be like, "This is
Right, like,
great.
we're like, this is
We get a 2-week vacation.
Yeah.
2 weeks? We're like living our life. At this point, our son was almost 1.
Okay.
Right.
So we're like, this is fantastic. I'm like, my maternity leave was like 3 months, not because of the company, but because of my own, like, oh my God, they're going to forget me if I don't come back immediately. Like, I have to work. I have to be visible.
We had this crazy
Isn't
mentality.
that
of always
terrible
working.
though?
Disgusting.
Same.
Disgusting.
Same.
It was bad. Like, to the point where I would say the first 6 or 7 years of our relationship, although we loved each other and although we wanted to be in this relationship, we were definitely putting careers as priority.
Right.
And
A lot of other things is priority, too.
yeah, life
Because
experiences, everything.
Careers, parents, friends, life, laundry.
So I have a question.
Well, that's a
both
lot of-
both
that's-
as owners of
Well,
businesses.
That's one of the issues in relationships too, like the finances.
Right.
If you don't have the finances right, sometimes relationship could. Like,
So you know how I
Yeah.
fix
it's
that?
not gonna work.
She does all of it. No, like, seriously. Like,
So do I.
I'm not going to pay the rent, bro. I'm not.
So
I'm just gonna
I have
forget.
one question though. As owning a business with your partner, how do you balance the work to relationship? Like, how do you balance that off?
So you have to divide responsibilities, like everything
Yeah.
else, right? So like kind of what Smiley was saying. You have to figure out what you're good at as an individual
Okay.
and what your partner's good at. So I know that I'm going to forget to pay the light bill.
and not get in their way.
Okay.
Because us control freaks would love to tell everybody how to do it, but
Right.
can't do it.
So I relinquish that. You know, like I don't know, we could be sitting on $1 million or we could be owing $1 million. I have no idea. I relinquish that to her. That's her responsibility. That's her. So I would get my paycheck, immediately send her the money.
It's not my strong point.
It's
either.
not my strong point. Like,
So I remember when we first started, I don't want to say first started, but you know, I made good money. He made decent amount of money doing
Sure.
what he did. And I called him and his phone was disconnected. And I was like, how? How you make
You
all this
forgot.
money?
I just
He was like, I
you
forgot.
don't pay attention to things
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah,
I
It's
forgot.
not
I
how we
was like, shut up. How?
So to answer your question, when you're working with your partner, and I tell a lot of people that I chose Val as my partner in Prep Coffee because it made sense, and I needed someone that I can trust.
That's it. You need somebody you can trust, man.
You just need that.
Yeah.
But in turn, she also has this trust level of giving me my space to be the creative person to say, hey, listen, let's push the envelope with this flavor or this mentality, or I want to do it this way. Sometimes it doesn't work.
Yeah.
But I have to see that it doesn't work without her telling me.
I'm the first one to be like, this is too salty, this is too spicy, this is too much. No, look at the neighborhood we're in. People are not going to want these flavors. And then I have to take a step back and be like, ooh, no. Nobody wants this person.
Let him run his field.
And you got to check yourself.
Yeah, and that's a real thing because I feel like on our end, right? There's submerged into the creative process, but we're the consumers, right?
Right.
So we're able to kind of like step outside and get that emotion that comes attached with the creation.
And we're also hypersensitive
But then
to
we're artists.
their opinions,
We're artists.
right? Like
What do
they're
you mean the line is not straight?
right. So like
Oh my
there are people
God.
who come to me and say, "Oh, this is salty." Cool, fine, whatever. I fix it. She'll tell me it's salty. What do you mean? It's not salty.
What part of it is
I
salty?
battle.
Yeah.
He's like, what are you talking about? It can't be salty because I only added this, this, and this, and Parmesan cheese, and yada, yada,
So
yada.
I'm,
And
I'm
like,
hypersensitive to
okay.
her opinion.
I think
So
that's an artist thing. Though.
Yeah.
100%.
This is what it is.
It is what it is, and it's one of those things where we love to do what we do. We need the space to do it, but if we don't have them, we'd be broke artists.
To say that.
Still be a good artist,
Yeah.
I'll
He'd
all-
still
I'll
be
all
drawing,
I'll be all over the place.
but
I
would
have-
you have all of
I
what
got-
you have? You
I
don't
got
have the whole-
ADHD.
Yeah.
I'll definitely have less. I've read studies that says men that are married and go into business with their partners, men make 30% more in their lifetime than they would if they would be living by themselves.
You're welcome.
So I do appreciate
makes
that. You know what I'm
sense.
saying? But I could definitely understand the strong point. Finance and stuff like that, that is not my strong point. So I'm not going to sit there and try to be a fucking genius
No.
or go through school to try to learn what she knows when she's already doing it. You know what I'm saying? So what better person than your partner, your wife, to actually go into business with and stuff like that?
So 2020,
2020 hit.
Corona, everything got shut down.
Everything
You
gets
guys-
shut down.
The first 2 weeks were fun. Well,
Right.
actually, the first 5 days were fun, and then we catch COVID.
Oh.
Yeah, we had COVID at
without
the
knowing.
height of
Early,
COVID.
yeah,
Yep.
caught it
People
early.
were
Because of
dying
course
left and right.
we were
Oh my
like,
God.
we thought we were on
Like,
vacation.
it was scary.
How traumatic.
Well, it was like I don't really pay attention to the news. I'm not a
Yeah,
person
yeah,
who like
same.
gets into it. So I'm sitting there and I'm like, all right, people are dying. This sucks, whatever. And like I didn't want to be
Also,
insensitive.
we have a 9-month-old at
We
this
have a
point.
9-month-old, so we don't know how that's affecting it. We got COVID when like the tiger at the Bronx Zoo had COVID, and we thought all the animals were dying. You know what I mean? So like we thought we were gonna die. I went to walk my dog. I walked up my driveway and I was out of breath. And I was like, oh, that's it.
He
I
comes
made
up
it
the
to this
stairs
age
and he's like,
I'm gonna die.
I'm gonna die. He's like, I didn't work out
It's all
enough. I
over.
didn't go to the gym enough, and now I'm gonna die.
So all those McChickens I ate, it's finally fucking me over.
They're good though.
So then we get through COVID. Thank God my in-laws were close by. We did this like bank transaction, put the kid in the driveway, closed the door, they opened the driveway.
Lysol his cheeks,
Yeah, see you
Lysol
later.
everything. Because now I'm like, I can't kill my parents. Like, I just moved back here. I can't kill them.
Right. So we get back, and then, COVID goes a little bit longer than expected. I can't sit still, ever.
And it was
Like-
just so sad. It got to this point of like, it was just so like, all you did was watch the news, and you're just so
Yeah, you're just
depressed
submerged.
and
You're just
sad.
You're just
You're
locked
just
in your
sitting there
house.
taking
Yeah,
this all
yeah.
in, right. So if I don't do anything, if I don't have something to focus on, I get in trouble.
Okay.
Like my mind wanders, I get bored. So I need something to constantly be taking my attention.
Me too. We have ADHD. That's an artist thing too. Like hyperattention. What is it? Deficit disorder or whatever.
Oh, we're fucked
ADHD.
up. That's what
So
it is.
I can't really. I have to have a lot of things going on,
Yes.
or else I'm too bored and stuff like that. Like
Yeah.
And
during
we get into
COVID.
arguments about it. She's like, we're too committed. There's too many things on. In my head, I'm like, no, we got it. I'm like,
Yeah,
we
yeah,
can
yeah.
do this.
Yeah, yeah. You feel like it's not enough.
Sleep
Yeah.
later.
Later. Not worried about
That
it.
is me, dude. Sleep later so
And
tired.
she's just looking at me
yes,
like, I'm tired.
yes.
Tired. Yeah. I'm like,
Yeah.
now.
Okay.
We can continue.
So we're like, what do we do? So I'm like, oh, should I go become a nurse? Like, I want to help people. Stupid me. I had nothing to think about.
Yeah.
So I'm like, oh, well, how are we gonna do this? What can we do? And I'm like, we can't do anything. We don't know how to do anything.
Yeah.
We have this trade of tourism and hospitality where you feed people. You're hospitable. That's all we know how to do. And so he wakes up one morning and he's like, so listen, I have this idea.
Here we go.
He's like, I thought about it. He's like, I thought about it. I thought about it all night. I haven't slept. I have this idea.
So that's the other thing. I was obsessed.
Yeah.
Right? And I got something in my head and I couldn't sleep. And I was like, all right, how do I do this? How do I do this? How do I do this? So then I decided, all right, we're going to meal prep.
Okay.
And then